Hi there, back on one of my local rivers today, first time out this year, and I've just sat here and set up a nymphing rig, and this fish rising to my right. I think I might just try and creep down and flick the nymphs over the head and see if they'll take them. So I'm going to fish further downstream in a fast pool where I really want to use the nymphs, so I'll see if I can catch these fish on nymphs. If not, I'll probably come back maybe a little bit later and try dry or something. Right, let's see what we can get. Right, I've crept into position now. I'm just now waiting for something to rise just to show me where they are. And I shall make a cast and hopefully they'll take the nymphs, but they've definitely been taking stuff off the surface. Ah, there's one down there. It's a bit further down than what they were showing earlier. And it's not that deep. And typically, I'm just set up for nymphing today. I've not even got a fly line with me. So I'm going to have to make the best of what I've got. We've not had a rain for a few days, and oh, there's one right in front of me. Right, let's see if I can get a strike from it. Like I say, really, this isn't the water you would use a Euro nymphing rig in, really. But there. Now I think I'll come back to these fish and either try a duo setup or something like that. Well, I'm in my first fish of the day and it don't feel too bad actually. It's putting up a good account of itself. Just been through this pool from the other side, nothing, and worked the way down stream to a deep hole that I know of down there, and nothing down there either. Come back up here and a couple of casts and into a fish. It's not a bad fish. If I land this, it'll be the first wild brown of 2021. Just took the point fly. Yes, oh, it's a good fish. It's not too happy. The hook is just pinged out. Yeah, look at that. Bit lean. Probably the best part, 14-15 inches long. Lovely fish. Oh, yes. Well, that just sums up fishing for you. Went through here earlier and not a bite, and then 2 fish in 2 and a couple of casts. Well, I've not landed this one yet, but put up a good fight on a 3-weight rod and in this fast current. I think it's quite as big as the first one, but it's not a bad one still. I thought I'd actually made my rig too shallow, to be honest with you, because the river's not particularly high, but I was fishing it and I thought, well, I don't know, probably could do with being a little bit longer, but it seems to be working now. Guinness took a point fly. Hopefully this is it. Yes. That water's cold. Air temperature is only about 3 or 4 degrees on the way here. Beautiful brownie. These probably aren't long spawned out. Look at how lean they are. Right. Apologies for the sniffing. The camera's right under my nose and it's cold and my nose is running. And I have an audience behind me, as you can probably hear. But at least I haven't blanked. Really could have done without doing that. Means I'm going to have to wade through the water of what fish now, just to retrieve my flies. Don't particularly want to leave them in the tree. All part of fishing these tiny little streams. There. There's still water over there. I'm not disturbed. I might be lucky and there might be some fish over there. Especially having this turbulent water over the heads. If it was sort of flat calm, I think would definitely erect it. The thing is as well, even if you do spook them, you know, if you just have a little bit of patience, you know, and happy to fish on, quite often, more often than not, they'll come back. Oh, there. It's only trouble you snag up, and you sometimes can pull it out and then it springs straight up into a tree behind you. Oh, just like that. Felt a take, struck, come out of it and straight up into the tree, but thankfully at a height that I can get it back. Alright, nothing else than that run down the middle there. There's a little bit of deeper water here in this run on the far side here, so just try running the flies through there. I actually waded through there a little while ago. It's been rested for a little while, so it'll be interesting to see if there's anything in that deep hole again now. Oh, snag. Oh. No, I think I've probably had all I'm going to get out of this spot now, and I'll move away up there. It's a bit quiet. Them dogs are starting to annoy me now. Right, this is where things could get interesting. I've changed my setup to a dry fly. These fish are still rising down here and they're taking olives, and I've put on a little olive imitation, but I have no fly line, so I have just attached a finer piece of tapered leader to the long tapered leader, what I use for nymphing, because actually that is actually a little bit on the thick side, and I'm worried about, you know, that them seeing the presence of the line. So I've probably put about 5 foot of leader, tapered leader, and then my tipper as normal. But how this will cast, I have no idea, but we're about to find out. Well, I got the fly on the surface without too much disturbance. I mean, this is only ever going to be a short range tactic, but I'm certainly getting it out to where that last fish just rose. Cast surprisingly well, actually, considering I'm actually not got any fly line on. Yeah, although these long tapered sea leaders are quite fixed, when you're Euro nymphing, you're not actually fishing the line on the surface of the water, so it's not really a problem. But this setup, I mean, that's casting just to dry pretty well. I mean, if I was to fish the Dua with a little beaded nymph on the end, that would only go out even better, really. Right, I've had a change. I've put the Dua on now. I've changed over. I got a size 12 sedge pattern for the dry fly, and my little pheasant tail with the CDC on as a nymph. Although the fish are rising for olives, I've put this big sedge on because it's the most buoyant fly I have in my box for holding up the nymph. I don't really need the hassle of treating the fly every cast or every other cast because the nymph's pulling it under. these normally stay floating for a fair while, and they're easy to dry out and refloat, and also have the little hot spot on there, the pink hot spot, which is easy to see. So it's like an indicator fly really. So we'll see what we can get on this. Oh yes, oh, it's not a bad fish there. Well, maybe that's what that needed. Just that change, and that's took the nymph. There, oh there. Let's see if I can get this line back on the reel. Yes. Well, that's the first time I've used the sea leaders trout fishing, and I'm just so impressed how it works and how versatile it is really. And the best thing about it is they actually work out cheaper than the proper Euro nymph or Czech nymph leaders you can buy. I mean, I think most Czech nymph leaders you can buy here a tenner and you get 1 leader. It's about the same price of 5 shock leaders. Yeah, look at that. Lovely fish. Took on a little pheasant tail. But like I say, it's only because I see this set up on YouTube. Guy Eamon Conway, I think his name is. He's got a YouTube channel, Tin Fishing, and he also has a tackle business, and all credit to him. He's the one that showed the idea of these sea shock leaders, and luckily as it happened, because I do a bit of sea fishing myself, I actually had some. Just hadn't thought of trying that myself, and typically I had some Euro nymph leaders on order, and then I see his YouTube channel, as well as deer hair, which is very buoyant. I've got CDC under the deer hair, and there's also a hackle on there as well. So I've done everything to try and make that fly as buoyant as possible. I say, it's a right pain when they constantly sink, and then you have to keep floating them.